target multiple ones in the same article. The choice is yours. Fast forward, you already wrote an article based on the previous keyword research. It's ranking, hooray! But you can do better. What kind of optimizations should you start with though? Just plug in the article's URL into our AI content grader, along with its primary keyword and target country, and voila! Our tool will automatically identify the main subtopics covered by the top 3 ranking articles, compare them side by side, and score them on a scale to see how well or bad you've covered them. You'll also get suggestions on how to best strengthen your article for each subtopic with real-life examples of the words and phrases used. Alright, you're crushing it with your English blog. Your next big step is to localize your content. Normally, you'd have to hire experienced and expensive translators, make sure the translated keywords are localized properly, and create a localized content plan. What a mess! With Ahrefs' AI translation feature, you only need to select a preferred language or dialect and hit Translate. We'll not only translate your saved keyword list, but provide translated alternatives for each keyword, so you can choose the version with the highest search volume. Are you more of a technical SEO rather than a content marketer? Say no more. With Patches, you'll soon be able to create fixes with the help of AI and push them by yourself, right within Site Audit, with no developers needed. And there are also a handful of other AI-powered tools made by Ahrefs. Word Counter goes beyond counting characters and words and helps you extract keywords and entities out of a paragraph for SEO purposes. And we also got over 40 standalone AI writing tools, which are primarily designed for various copywriting tasks, not just SEO-related ones. So go ahead, try these Ahrefs AI features, and ace your SEO and marketing tasks today.
Ever done a site audit, only to find out there's 100 issues to fix? So now you have to export issues, add fixing instructions, pass everything to your developers, and then have to hunt them down over the next 2 months to make sure everything's implemented properly. Oh my goodness, we get it. We've been there. That's why we're introducing Patches. What are Patches? Well, Patches let you fix simple issues on your website with one click, right in Site Audit. Patches work both on a page and site level. Did your pages get flagged for having too short meta descriptions? Click on Patch It, enter new meta descriptions, and hit Publish to fix them on your website. No developers needed. Did Site Audit find internal links leading to broken pages? Same thing. Click on Patch It, enter new target URLs, and hit Publish to redirect or replace multiple pages with a different URL. Patches can be saved as drafts, published, or unpublished. So hey, zero stress if you made a mistake, or you want to undo a patch. Patches are coming soon. Learn more at ahrefs.com/patches.
The SEO industry deserves a good-looking book. The kind of book that won't make your interns squirm if you ask them to read it, that will make the rest of your bookshelf look painfully boring. The SEO industry deserves this book. Boy, oh boy, it looks good. Heading to a client meeting? This book will add more sophistication to your look than a Rolex watch could. Walking down a busy highway for no reason at all? Drivers won't believe their eyes when they see how stylish and well-read you are. Sipping your third iced latte at an overpriced food court? Walking with determination down a busy street? Or just standing all serious on a flyover bridge? Everyone will know that you're learning SEO, and you'll look damn fabulous doing it. No one in the office joining you for a coffee break? Just find a colleague enjoying their lunch and hit them with some unsolicited SEO advice. Soon, everyone in the office will be begging you to improve their website. This book will make you go places. It will turn your world upside down. So hurry up and embark on a journey where knowledge meets fashion. Get your copy of the stunning SEO book for beginners now and conquer the SEO world in style.
It's tough to get passionate about it, like especially that content creation in the kinds of ways that Google wants content created now. So much more fun to have to do a podcast with you.
Yeah, it was just like insane. You know, if I had not done this, I would have never become like a multimillionaire so early.
Your advantage as a small player is to execute fast, develop your authority and your popularity, because this is what the main competitors in your area are not doing.
This is so good. Can we just cut it out and put it on the landing page of our conference?
Need some help with your daily SEO tasks? Ace them with Ahrefs' AI features. Let's start with keyword research. Quite challenging if you don't know where to start, right? Don't worry. Get unstuck with the Ask AI feature in Keywords Explorer. Just choose from a list of presets, type in a seed keyword, and you'll get a bunch of uncommon keywords that both you and your competitors might have never thought of. Did I mention this took us less than 5 seconds? The best part, you can also generate keyword ideas in other languages, as long as you add in your desired language at the end of the initial keyword. Great! So you now have a list of potential keywords, but you still have to manually check the top results for each keyword to determine their search intent before writing the actual content. Instead, you can scroll down to the SERP overview table for a given keyword and click on Identify Intents. This will tell you in simple terms what people are actually looking for when searching for a keyword. Use them as hints as to what content angles to cover. You can go all in on the top search intent or target multiple ones in the same article. The choice is yours. Fast forward, you already wrote an article based on the previous keyword research. It's ranking, hooray! But you can do better. What kind of optimizations should you start with though? Just plug in the article's URL into our AI content grader, along with its primary keyword and target country, and voila! Our tool will automatically identify the main subtopics covered by the top 3 ranking articles, compare them side by side, and score them on a scale to see how well or bad you've covered them. You'll also get suggestions on how to best strengthen your article for each subtopic with real-life examples of the words and phrases used. Alright, you're crushing it with your English blog. Your next big step is to localize your content. Normally, you'd have to hire experienced and expensive translators. Hello everyone and welcome to Advanced Tips and Techniques in Site Explorer. My name is Andre, I'm a product marketer here at Ahrefs. I'm joined by my lovely colleague Michelle, who's gonna say hello in the chat. And I hope that in the next hour you're gonna walk away excited to try these use cases for your own website. So until we actually cover the agenda and the items that we're gonna go over today, why not present yourselves in the chat? Say hi. I would like to know where you guys are coming from and also what kind of industries you're working in. So I'll be short. Once again, my name is Andre. I'm a bit under the weather today because of a flu, but I'm all fine. I'm based in Europe and I've been with Ahrefs for 3 years. But yeah, again, I would like to know where you guys come from, what kind of job roles do you have, because we always tailor webinars to user personas of our customers. So we want to make sure that we talk about relevant stuff that's also relevant to you guys. Okay, don't be shy, come on. Hey, XNNSM. Where are you coming from? Where are you tuning from? Where are you tuning from? Again, we're still gonna wait for people to join in, and we'll start when we have more people. Philippines, yeah, it's getting there. It's quite cold in Europe, by the way. What are you doing? Are you a marketer? Are you an SEO? Digital marketing. Got it. Still waiting for people to join in. And I'm checking the stats on my phone, so not too many attendees this time, but no problem. We're going to still proceed on with our webinar. Wait 2 more minutes and then I'll go through the webinar. All right, I don't think anybody is gonna join anymore. Let's see why we have such low numbers. Usually we have around 100 people joining in, so probably I messed something up on the back end. But without further ado, XNNSM and all the other people who are here, welcome again. My name is Andre, product marketer here at Ahrefs, and today we're going to talk about advanced tips and techniques in Site Explorer. More specifically, I'm gonna dive into competitor research, so how to take a closer look at your competitors' overall search performance and content marketing strategy. We're gonna also glance over how to do a more in-depth organic keyword analysis, a few tips on targeted link building, because that's still valuable today, links still count today. And I'm also going to walk you through some portfolio use cases, portfolio being one of the most versatile tools in Ahrefs. So this is a live demo, just so you know, which means that whenever you have any kind of questions, you can pop them up in the chat. I'm gonna give my best to answer them after I finish presenting each of those sections. In general, the presentation will take 30 to 40 minutes, and we're gonna also have a Q&A session at the end. Now, as I said, if you have some questions in the meantime, pop them up in the chat. Michelle is gonna help you out with them. And I'll also give my best to answer one or two questions which are top of my head. Then the rest will be reserved for the Q&A at the end. So I think everybody's good. We don't have that many people joining in, as I can see. So I will move on with the first part, competitive research, where I'm gonna show you how to use the following reports in more depth. So I'm gonna walk you through the overview report, page inspect. This allows you to see changes in the text of a page and how that might affect organic traffic or not. Site structure peels off reviews the competitor's website architecture, and I'll show you how is that important. And I'm also going to show you a bit the calendar report and how to spot trends with the help of it. All right, so without further ado, this is a advanced webinar about Site Explorer. So for those of you who don't know, Site Explorer is our probably our most popular tool and also our competitive research tool at the same time. And with it, you can actually uncover any website's organic and paid search performance. Now, usually you probably have to add up your own competitor here, but for the sake of this example, I'm just gonna go with Ahrefs' blog and analyze it in further detail. So once I hit enter, you'll be greeted by the overview report, which shows you any website's organic and paid traffic performance in terms of a few metrics. So we have the proprietary ones, domain rating and URL rating. It shows you a website's or a page's backlink strength. You'll see the number of backlinks, referring domains, a bunch of organic numbers, organic keywords, and how much organic traffic they generate, as well as paid metrics such as paid keywords and the paid traffic they generate. We don't currently run any ads for our own blog, so that's why those numbers are negative. This is again the overview report, and what I want you to pay close attention here is the performance chart here. So as you can see, the performance chart more or less tells you the same story as before, as you've seen here at the top, but it's actually useful for two important reasons. So the first one being you can actually follow the evolution of those metrics that I've mentioned before on a graph and see whether or not there are any kind of correlations between those kind of metrics. So for example, traditionally organic traffic and impressions, those would actually be direct proportionate, so they would go hand in hand, but with AI overviews you might see some discrepancies here. So far those are still going hand in hand for the blog in terms of the global traffic. Or for example, you could check whether or not your organic traffic was impacted by Google algorithm updates. They're marked here at the bottom through chart nodes. This is one way to look at this report. The second one is to actually use the performance chart as a way to compare the evolution of those metrics against your competitors. So right before going into this webinar, I actually added 3 of Ahrefs' blog's competitors under the competitors tabs here. You can see them: mouse.com/blog, sranking.com/blog, mangoals.com/blog. And once I hit apply, I can actually monitor all those metrics individually against those 3 competitors. Now what I want to show you here is that the fact that you can actually check your brand's visibility in any search landscape using 2 metrics. The first one is called share of voice, and this shows you your brand's popularity for the keywords, all the organic keywords that you're ranking for. in regards to your competitors. So you can see here we have a pretty big share of voice, so 84.2% for the organic keywords that we're ranking for. We can actually spot and oversee the evolution of this share of voice over time. So as you can see, went from 83.6 to 81.9. So it's quite easy for use this chart more or less to see who's winning and who's losing in terms of this share of voice. So we were kind of losing 2%. Who's probably winning in the meantime? Moz apparently is having a comeback on our back. So I might want to investigate this further because this is one of my main competitors. The other metric that's also useful is share of traffic value. Now, traffic value is in our way, put in other words, is how much money is worth, what's the dollar value worth of my content marketing, which is either way really hard to pinpoint. So the way we put it is, okay, show me the value of my content marketing, of my SEO, of my organic traffic, if it were to be acquired via PPC ads on Google. So this is exactly what we show you. This is the dollar value of your content marketing / SEO efforts. And you can also see it as a percentage. So you see how much you actually earn from the total dollar value of the content marketing in your space. So again, we have a pretty big portion, so to say, but we're losing it. And again, we can see who is benefiting on our back, and those would be Moz and SE Rankings blogs, who have ramped up some small percentages because of our percentage loss. So bottom line, the performance chart, quite useful if you wanna check all the individual metrics and how they've performed over time, if you wanna monitor them and study any kind of correlations in between them. And you can also check how you perform against your competitors on all those metrics, plus a few important ones like share of voice and share of traffic value, which help you evaluate your brand's position in the current search landscape. So that was the performance chart. I would like to still insist on it a bit. Let's go back to metrics. So we can see the referring domains, the organic traffic, the number of impressions, but what if there's actually a fourth culprit in a place that actually has an impact on your organic traffic, but is not so visible? We actually thought about it, and that would be content changes. Click on the caret here in the top right corner, content changes, and let me go for a larger period of time. And content changes would show up here as green circles. These are changes that are happening on a page and might influence organic traffic. Now, can we actually make some judgments here? Does it make sense to see those content changes at a site-wide level? Not quite. So what I would recommend actually is to go to the top pages report. Top pages will show you all the pages that get the most organic traffic from our blog. Not sure if we're experiencing some problems right now. Let me check. Yeah, apologies. Everything's back to normal. So what I was showing you is that with the top pages report, you can see all the pages that get the most organic traffic for a given website. And this is a much better way to actually see content changes on an individual level rather than a site-wide level. So what I have here is I compare the top pages for today with the ones from 1 month ago. I would probably go a bit longer, so I would compare them with the ones from 3 months ago. And what I would do here is I would sort by the traffic change columns, so I see all the big changes in organic traffic. Now this is more better, so you can see here all the pages that have gained significant traffic. These are your competitors' pages once again for the past 3 months. Next, what I would do is check the content changes column and see whether or not there have been major content changes that could influence organic traffic. So keyword research, this blog has a 8,000 organic clicks increase. It has underwent a major overhaul. So if I want to see if this overhaul is responsible for the 8,000 plus change in organic traffic, then what I would do is I would click on the caret here and go for overview. Let me just stick with organic traffic. Content changes are being compiled. And as you can see, we have a big content change that has been done towards December 2024. And boom, our organic traffic actually spiked after this change. Now, if I want to see what kind of changes have been made, I just have to click on View Changes. And this will actually show me the HTML and the text at that particular date when the change was made compared to the next one. So if I click on Overhaul Changes here and scroll down a bit, I can see on the left all the text in red that has been deleted, has been removed, and to the right you will see all the text that has been added or rewritten. So this might actually give you an idea about, okay, do content changes actually affect organic traffic? This is one case. It might not always be the case, so you always need to manually check on your own. We did have another overhaul change. This also helped it on 30 September 2022, but it might not always be the case. So a rule of thumb, just check it on your own to see what's happening and whether or not it affects organic traffic. Okay, so we spent too much time with overview and page inspect. You already have an idea about them. Let's go over to site structure. But first, let me change the domain to ahrefs.com. Head over to site structure. I don't want to compare with anything. And what this report does is it actually peels off the layer of a website, the architecture of a website, layer by layer, much like an onion, without having to run an actual crawl. So this is quite useful in case you want to see which of your competitors' pages are generating the most traffic, but not just pages, also subfolders, subdirectories, in the hope of replicating them if they make sense to your business. So we have ahrefs.com site architecture here, site structure, so to say. You might probably think that our blog generates the most organic traffic to our website, right? Well, if we check it close, if you take a closer look, you'll see that it's not quite the truth. So, let me refresh this because I don't think something's off. So it's ahrefs.com. Yep, ahrefs.com. My bad. I was checking the wrong columns. So let me toggle the usual ones. All right. So you're going to get an idea about the number of referring domains, organic traffic, organic keywords, and the traffic value for ahrefs.com. You're going to have the homepage here. We mark it down with a home icon, so to say. And as I said, you might expect that our blog is the one responsible for most of our traffic. Well, it's not quite true. The blog here is responsible for 437,000 clicks. That's 3.4% of our organic traffic. But another directory is actually responsible for 20% of our organic traffic. That's 2,619,000 clicks. And that's the writing tools directory. So if you were one of our competitors, you could actually create a similar directory that has this kind of tools. And here you can see we have different kinds of tools. We have AI Humanizer, paraphrasing tool, paragraph rewriter. These are all bringing consistent traffic. So over 300,000 organic traffic, 300,000, 74,000, and close to 1 million thanks to the AI Humanizer tool. Pretty cool, right? So this was just one, the writing tools directory. We also have the blog coming in second, and we also have the Spanish blog that's also bringing in consistent traffic. So almost neck to neck with our blog article, blog in itself. So yeah, the way to look at this is to actually uncover your competitor's site structure and see what kind of directories are generating the most traffic. You might find some interesting findings and also replicate them if they make sense to your business. This applies to organic metrics and also to paid metrics, so you can also see what were the most advertised pages, how much traffic, paid traffic they generated, so on and so forth. All right, and the last use case when it comes to analyzing your competitors is to use the calendar report. Now, the calendar report is available from Standard Plus plans onwards, but if you're on a light plan, you get 7 days of historical access, so you can still use it for the past week. With the calendar report, you can check day-to-day changes of keyword positions, pages, referring domains, backlinks, and this overall helps you find spot patterns early on that are happening in terms of your backlinks, referring domains, or organic keyword positions. Now, let me go with one of our other websites. It's called bloggerjet.com. We use this one for experiments. And for the sake of this example, I'm gonna, let's wait 1 second. Bloggerjet, yeah, I didn't spell it correctly, sorry. All right, so I want to show you how to actually spot some search intent changes happening for certain keywords. So I'm going to stick with the organic positions here for bloggerjet.com, and I want to check what kind of SERP features we're actually losing. So I'm going to unclick new and improved. I'm just interested in organic keywords that we've lost or declined in positions. And I'm also gonna check those where target ranks for, let's say, a featured snippet. Or actually, yeah, for a featured snippet. So again, I'm checking organic positions where we rank for a SERP feature, for a featured snippet, sorry, and we either lost it or we had a decline in positions. So for January, highest loss we had was on 6th of January. We had 3 lost links. And we see that there was a change in position. So from position number 1, in all 3 cases, we lost them. And if we want to see what's the reason, we just click on the SERP overview table. This will show you the top 10 search results for this given keyword. And I also want to compare it. So we lost it, this is 17th of December, we lost it on 6th of January. So I'm going to compare it with 6th of January. All right, so on 17th of December, we actually ranked on number 1 with the feature snippet, but then we lost our position on to position number 4. And we see that actually somebody else has replaced us. They were on position number 6 previously, and now they're on position number 1. Now, honestly, I expected this to be due to AI overview. AI overviews are taking over, and I thought that this would probably be a result that's been replaced by them, but it's just a matter of having those guys a better article than us. And overall, the shift of this search intent has changed. So if I want to see how it's changed, just click on Identify Intents. And this will show me how the search intent has changed over the time and how I can actually accommodate to it as I'm writing this article. So back when we were on position number 1, on 17th of December, the main search intent was about guides on how to exclude websites from Google search. But apparently, this year the search intent has changed. It's also about that, but I do think that probably those guys have written something else and have improved their article, gained more topical authority, and dethroned us. Maybe this is not the best example. Let's go for all features, not just feature snippets, and see where we've lost all features. Cool, February 2025. What is content writing? Brand mentions SEO. Let's go for this one. Brand mentions SEO. We were on position number 1, then we lost it. Let's see the reason why. We're gonna compare with 15th of February. Apply. All right, so previously we were on position number 1. Yeah, we were mentioning AI overview, but then we were not mentioned anymore, and we fell on position. It's not, yeah, we basically fell over. As you can see, most of the search intent has changed. So we have 6 declined positions and 2 have improved. If you don't have time to actually check manually what has changed, just click on Identify Intents. So on the 24th of January, understanding brand mentions in SEO, 76%, that was the dominant search intent. It still is, but there's been a change in who actually shows up there. In this case, it was about AI overviews, so the AI overviews have completely changed. You can see there are no other results from the first position, from the first AI overview on the 24th of January with the one on 15th of February. So apparently the AI overview has been drastically changed. We don't have any clues as to what is causing this kind of changes, so we still need to wait on that. Anyway, the bottom line is that you can check what kind of changes have you made, and this might signal some change in the search intent, a shift that's happening that you ought to pay attention to, and then strengthen your article so that you gain back your position. All right, that was it with how to do a more in-depth competitor research when it comes to your competitor's profile, their website. Do we have any questions so far? Okay, if we don't have any questions, I'll move on. And the next use case to actually do an in-depth organic keyword analysis. And I'm gonna go through the lowest DR filter and the position history chart for potential cannibalization issues. So let me just switch back to Ahrefs.com. And I'm gonna go for the organic keywords report. And the organic keywords report shows you all the organic keywords for which you rank in the top 100 for a given country. In this case, the United States. Now, what I want to show is the fact that you can use this report to find your competitors' low-hanging fruit keywords. And to do that, I'm going to use the lowest DR filter. Let me just collapse the chart here. So the lowest DR filter shows you websites in your league that are actually penetrating the search results and are fighting amongst high authority websites. Again, keywords that you could probably penetrate as well. So for example, let's say that you have a website with a DR of 30, you are a competitor of Ahrefs, and you want to penetrate, you want to rank for the same keywords as us, but you probably don't have the same authority as us. So what you could probably do is you could look up for websites with a DR of up to 30 that already rank in top 5 for Ahrefs organic keywords. Again, this could be any of your competitors, doesn't have to be Ahrefs. This is just for the sake of this example. Hit apply, show results. And for example, we have AI paragraph generator, AI humanizer. Let's take this one, AI humanizer free. So if I open up the SERP overview table, which again shows me the top 10 search results for a given keyword, you can see here that we have a website, actually 2 websites with a DR of 27 that are actually ranking in the top 10 against websites that have a very high DR. So we have us with a DR of 91, Surfer SEO with a DR of 82, those guys, Ask Your PDF with a DR of 58. Anyway, you have two outliers here, AI Text Humanizer and dcopy.ai, which have are successfully ranking in the top 10 for this keyword with a website in the same DR as yours, which kind of shows proof that you can also do it. Next, I would probably analyze what kind of keywords they're targeting, how is their website structure altogether, something that we've talked previously, and then just make sure that you probably do the same changes in order to rank also for this keyword. Now, this is just proof that you can do it. If there's no proof, it doesn't mean that you cannot do it. We're just trying to make here things easier for you, so you know how to fish for easy to rank, low-hanging fruit keywords from websites in the same DR league as yours. All right, so this was the first use case. Let me just clear the results here, the filters here. The next use case I want to talk about is potential keyword cannibalization issues. Now, keyword cannibalization is quite a popular topic in SEO, and it namely talks about two pages ranking for the same keyword. Now, this is quite problematic because this can confuse Google as to which pages to rank, hence you can get some undesirable rankings overnight. But this can also mean that you probably might need to converge those two, or consolidate those two pages, because you are probably cannibalizing your own traffic. So I'm going to show you how to actually spot those potential cannibalization issues using Ahrefs. So I'm again for Ahrefs.com in the organic keywords report. Again, this shows me the organic keywords for which Ahrefs.com is ranking the top 100. And what I want to do is I want to click here on filters, and I want to check for multiples URLs only. So again, I'm checking for one or more pages that are ranking for the same keyword. I'll hit apply, and I have a bunch of keywords here. Paragraph rewriter, let's take this one. I'm going to open up the position history chart, and this is actually a good case of keyword cannibalization. So as you can see here, we have three different links: paragraph rewriter, this is a tool; paragraph generator, this is another tool; and sentence rewriter, this is again another tool. Now, although those three different tool pages rank for the same keyword, that would be paragraph rewriter, they actually serve different purposes. So first you have a rewriter, then you have a generator. This would actually come first in line. If you're a content marketer, you first generate text, then you rewrite the whole paragraph, and then if you want to be more specific, you go for a sentence rewriter. So all in all, I don't think this is a bad, this is actually a good case of keyword cannibalization, because as you can see here, the charts are going in parallel. There are no sudden spikes, so it's safe to have all these three pages ranking for the same keyword. In fact, this is called keyword diversification. It's keyword cannibalization's good twin, so to say. We have an article written by it. Michelle can actually post a link to it. It's actually a very good article to talk about. All right, so this was a good case of keyword cannibalization. I'm also going to show you a bad case, and for that, let me go for a keyword I know, and that's Ahrefs case study. All right, so Ahrefs case study. I'm going to open up the position history chart. Last 6 months. Okay, so let me just, actually, I'll go for top 5 links so it's easier for you to follow. Even though, yeah, we have a lot. So what happened in this case? Whenever we were posting a new case study about SEO, and that case study was actually present in the URL, the old the previous article was being replaced by the new one. So what you can see here are very sharp ups and downs, very sharp declines, which signal cannibalization issues. This is a signal for you to actually consolidate those pages and to actually unite all that traffic together so you don't cannibalize yourself. That's exactly what we did. So whenever what we did was actually create a hub page and we unite all the case studies under that hub page. Let's say top 20. Yeah. So as I said, we have some very sudden spikes, then dips. This is a sign of clear keyword cannibalization issues. When the previous article is being replaced by the new article, hence the traffic suddenly increases and then decreases. Again, this is a consolidation sign. You should probably merge those two articles. That's also what we did. We created a hub page, added all the case studies there, and we didn't have any kind of problems. That particular hub, it's called SEO case studies. It's the one that you have here, the blue line on top. And it's been ever since ranking on position number 1 without having any kind of problems. So yeah, this is the use cases I was talking about. Don't forget, it's under the multiple URLs. You're checking for multiple URLs ranking for the same keyword. There's also good cannibalization when you have parallel position history charts, but also cannibalization, bad cannibalization, when you have ups and downs that are quite sudden. All right, that was it with organic keyword analysis. Let's go over to link building. Do we have some questions? No, but Michelle already pasted the article about keyword diversification. This is keyword cannibalization's good twins, so to say. So if you're curious, just check it out. I'm going to move on to the next use case, which is about link building, and it's targeted link building, more or less. Because let's be honest, we cannot spam anymore people or website owners with emails, mass emails to actually link back to our own website. So for this particular reason, I'm going to go over 2 reports that are going to help you do more targeted link building. Let's go with Ahrefs.com again. And this time I'm going to go over the linking authors report. So rather than have a mass outreach approach, we would like to recommend a more targeted one. We call it sniper approach, where you learn first about your authors and then you start building relationships with them. Now, to start learning about your authors, just type in your competitor's URL here. I went for Ahrefs.com and go to linking authors to see all the authors that have written on that particular website. From here, let's take, I don't know, Chloe West, for example. She has 7 referring domains for Ahrefs.com. And we can also click on links to target to see exactly what she's writing about on our website. So she's written for Sprout Social, TikTok hashtags, how to use them to gain more views in 2025, and then spoke about Ahrefs TikTok hashtag generated tool. Instagram hashtags, again on Sprout Social, 50 eye-catching logo color schemes. This is in Spanish. SEO for accountants, 11 expert strategies, get more clients. So use this report to actually get an idea about what the author is writing about. So apparently she's writing about digital marketing and also a bit about SEO. She has knowledge in that, at least for SEO for accountants. And also check what kind of websites she's already written for. So she's written for Sprout Social, she's written for visme.co, she's also written for hawksend.com. So you might get an idea about the websites that you are probably gonna get reach on. Another way to use this report is to actually write a publication here on top. I'm gonna go for a quite general one, Forbes.com, but the smaller it is, the better. So if you have a niche, I don't know, if you have a bike shop or bike e-commerce store and you want to fish for bike publications, then this would render better results, and you could actually find out all the journalists that write about biking in general or your specific niche, and then reach out to them because they already know or probably should include you since they're mentioning your competitors already. So for this example, I went for Forbes.com, quite generalistic, I know, but you can actually see all the people who wrote on Forbes.com. So this might be journalists. Let's go with Jessica Sager. She has 374 links to target, and we can see how she's written about them. So Taylor Swift net worth, Parade.com, okay. Parade.com, probably there's more, but yeah, no, she's mainly writing for Parade.com and mentioning Forbes.com consistently. So you get an idea. Either use it for your competitors, this report, to see who is consistently writing on their blogs or their websites. You can then pitch those same people or hire them as freelancers, or you can actually check your publication in your niche, in your industry, to check for journalists who might be willing to cover your brand in a press story. The other way to actually go for targeted link building is to use the Anchors report. Anchors report is here on top. This works actually best when you know, when you have a asset that's been massively linked on the internet. This is could be a lead magnet, could be a listicle, could be anything that gathers backlinks, and find out what kind of things, what kind of linkable points are bringing those links on a consistent basis. So for example, we have this article on long tail keywords that brings us a lot of links. I'm just gonna paste it here at the top. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna eyeball a bunch of anchors to see what kind of linkable points are the ones that are driving the links in this article. So as a rule of thumb, ignore all the general anchors, all the naked anchors, all the branded anchors, and pay attention to those that are long tail keyword ones, no pun intended. So long tail keywords, this is the topic of this article. It does make sense to actually have it referenced a lot, but I'm also looking at something else. I'm looking for numbers. For example, 92.42%. What's this talking about? So if I go over here, 92.42% of those only receive 10 or fewer searches per month. So it actually talks about a study of ours. Ahrefs analyzed 1.9 billion keywords and found that 92% only received 10% of your searches. So if you have access to proprietary data and also can run this kind of similar study, then you might actually discover a new point, a new statistic, and make sure people are actually linking to it. So yeah, as you can see, this is also referenced down 90%, 92% of all keywords, and also new ones, 60% of searches. So numbers do make sense. If we check even deeper, we have this image source. So apparently there's an image file that's being referenced often. This could be an infographic, this could be a graph or a chart. So make sure to also include this kind of charts in your article if you want to drive links to it. Anyway, bottom line is that the Anchors report helps you find important linking points of a specific article or a specific asset, so you know which ones to replicate and also include into yours, so you can also have more or less the same results. Do we have some questions? This was quite short in terms of targeted link building, but I do think it gets the ball rolling and it helps you go from a mass approach, spammy approach, to a more targeted and personalized approach like we recommend. All right, if there are no questions, portfolios, this is one of our most, if not the most versatile tool in Ahrefs. And I'm gonna go over a few use cases. So how to track your competitors as a single entity, how to create author-specific portfolios, and also how to group pages for SEO testing. So what's a portfolio, if you may ask? So go to the dashboard, here's the portfolios tab. And a portfolio is a collection of URLs. So you can actually group a bunch of different URLs, up to 1,000 from 10 different domains, depending on what pricing plan you're on. And you can actually collectively monitor their performance in Site Explorer. So think of it as a meta project that consists of multiple smaller projects. So for example, One classic use case would be to actually analyze the competitors as a single entity. So we've just recently launched the web analytics tool, and we've compiled all our competitors together. And if we click on it, we can see all those competitors here. So Matomo, UseFathom, Simple Analytics, Plausible. These are our web analytics competitors. And we can actually take a view of them collectively to see what's been happening. So for example, we can go to the backlinks report to see the backlink growth of their backlink profiles. We can check the top pages generating the most organic traffic to each of them. Now in this case, it would be the home page, so that's quite understandable. But for example, you also get other relevant pages like UTM Builder. Probably people want to know what's a UTM parameter, and we could also benefit from writing an article about it. And you can also, for example, spy on their ads. If they are running ads, you can find out what's the copy of it and whether or not they're generating sufficient paid traffic. In this case, only Matomo seems to have something plausible, but it's not generating that much traffic. You get a point. So you can actually organize all those competitors as a single entity and monitor them more easily, as opposed to having to check them one by one in parallel. Another portfolio use case is to actually group blog articles of a specific author or content marketer into an author-specific portfolio. So SQ in this case is one of our content writers. He wrote 126 blog posts, which together gather over 8.5K referring domains. It ranks for 17.6K organic keywords, which in total generate over 70,000 organic clicks. Now this is quite useful because you can, for example, check SQ's portfolio with Luis's portfolio. Luis is another content writer of ours, and you can see which one is generating the most backlinks, organic traffic, and whether or not you should optimize your process altogether. This is also useful for individual authors, not just content marketing managers, because you can also see whether organic traffic is dropping, like in this case, and whether or not you need to update your traffic or not, your articles or not. So in this case, for example, if I click on organic traffic for top pages, I can see which ones have suffered decline in organic traffic by targeting the organic traffic change column. And then I know, okay, I probably need to change these articles because we're already bleeding some traffic out. All right, another use case for portfolios is to actually run SEO experiments. For example, we have a bunch of SOPs, standard operating procedures, for people who want to learn about Ahrefs or who want to implement certain marketing steps, marketing process step by step. And we just wanted to test out what's happening with them, what kind of traffic they're generating, and whether or not if it makes sense to invest in something bespoke like an SOP repository. And judging by the success that we have, you can see here the traffic is spiking. We have close to 9,000 search visits a month. It's a successful experiment, and we will probably rebrand this as a standalone repository. All right, that's about it. For those of you who need to get out and enjoy life or work, I want to leave you with a few resources. We have our Ahrefs blog where we post about the state of SEO and marketing, how things are changing. We have about 4 or 5 articles each week. Be sure to check out Ahrefs TV. This is our YouTube channel, largest SEO YouTube channel, and where we demystify all the SEO and marketing, so to say, tactics into a more digestible manner. We also have a community called Ahrefs Insider on Facebook, where you can pick up on more senior SEOs and marketers' brain. And we also have a certification. You can take the exam. It takes 1 hour, and then you can become certified, officially Ahrefs certified, and prove your experience to your employer, or just level up your CV and get more job opportunities. Just be sure to also tag us with Ahrefs certified on LinkedIn. We want to support you on your journey. And who knows, you might also get some swag as a thank you on our side. And that was it. Do we have some questions so far? Thank you, Michelle, for posting all the links. Not sure why the low number of attendees, to be honest. Probably we did mess something up on the back end. So if this is, if somebody's tuning in afterwards, this is probably a recording. You're going to see a recording. If you have any kind of questions, please send them over at support@ahrefs.com. I'm also more than happy to answer them in detail via email. And as a team altogether, we all always want to know more about your use cases and how we can better help you use Ahrefs and make the most out of it. So if you didn't have the chance to attend this live webinar, then I suggest you to watch the recording and also send us an email at support@ahrefs.com. You can also reach out to me personally on LinkedIn. And yep, thanks a lot. That was it. We are running these webinars on a monthly basis and are looking forward to have you in more diverse one. We're also having one on Advanced Keywords Explorer. We're going to have one on Advanced Site Audit, and also one on content marketing, how to do content marketing with our AI tools. All right, if that's it, my name is Andre once again. I was joined by my lovely colleague Michelle, and don't forget to ping us on email, LinkedIn, wherever you feel comfortable if you have any